yazi ugeza kayi-1 udwebishi uzwe sekuthiwa uyazibona. There's this language thing that we do that I think encourages us to shrink, to make ourselves smaller, make ourselves invisible, and another colloquialism, you know. And I don't know, personally I think uthakati, this thing, like, why do we talk this way? Why sithi umuntu uyazibona? Like, what is that? What is wrong with seeing yourself? I want to get into that today. Hello and welcome to Sangoma Society. My name is Uhani Wagamakwakwa Epasini. I am Honey Tell a Story on all social media platforms. uMakhosi Nomabutho Emsamo, and this is Sangoma Society, where we demystify the ancestral. Today, I want to talk about Uyazibona, seeing yourself. The importance of allowing yourself to be seen, and the importance of seeing yourself in a spiritual manner and relating to your prosperity, your growth, your authenticity, and your true purpose in God. So when someone is arrogant and thinks they're better than other people and, you know, behaves in a manner that does not reflect the tenets of Ubuntu, we tend to use this term, eti Uyazibona. And this is again a colloquialism. By colloquial, I mean it's contemporary language. It's not something we've carried from long ago up until now. This is language that we have developed, and it's more recent. And we say this, umuntu uyazibona. This person sees themselves. And to be a person who allegedly sees themselves is honestly seldom a good thing. It gets you into trouble. Some people might use violence to correct it. And in the last video that I did about a colloquialism, somebody said it's safer to be humble. But see, this is the problem. We use this language, this colloquial language, to equate humility with diminishing who and what we are. We play this dangerous game where we say if we keep ourselves small, then we'll be able to stay safe. But that's simply not true. I've seen the same story come up on social media where certain accounts say, listen, once I get to 30,000 followers, you know, there's a new dynamic that comes up when you're at that number, so I'm going to deactivate, start a new account. All while they are literally bags to be secured because of the number of followers you have. I've seen people close their account, lock their accounts because they're afraid of being bullied or trolled. And the fact of the matter is that the people who are trolling you already follow you. And if you're not proactively building boundaries with them, how is you trying to keep yourself smaller helping you in any way? We find language to justify and qualify the things that minimize us, like this thing, Uyazibona. Oh my God, Kibuloid, I know Kibuloid. No, I don't think there's something I hate more than that term, because when you look at our language, Uyazibona is a Zulu phrase, a Zulu colloquial term. Sanbonani, sawubona, is the way of greeting in Zulu traditionally. NgesiZulu sithi sanbonani. We have seen you. Sawubona, we see you. How many times does this need to be spoken about? That we are because we are made by those who see us, the acknowledgement. Now, what justifies that acknowledgement having to come from outside of yourself? Why can't you be the first to see yourself? What makes that ugly? If vukuzenzele is a thing, if fortune favors the brave, if it takes one to know one, if in order to see the next person, I first need to know what it is to see, then where am I starting if not with me? Think about it. How does it make sense? A baby explores the world through what they see. There comes a time when a baby develops self-awareness, when a child becomes capable of discerning between themselves and the outside world, and thereby understanding their influence and impact on that world. And this is the thing that we want to cultivate in ourselves, a self-awareness. We speak of discernment. Discernment is anchored in self-awareness. But then we want to put discernment in the same basket as justifying Uyazibona, justifying a complete lack of self-awareness. How are you going to develop that self-awareness? How are you going to cultivate true humility if you don't know who you are, the boundaries of what you are, the extent and limitations of your capability? You're so busy pretending to be humble that you don't know what you don't know. And you don't know what you do know. You have no awareness of your strength, so anybody can do anything with you because you have no boundaries. And you continue to justify that with stories like, I don't want to see myself. Could never be me, fam. No. How are you going to catch yourself if you're not seeing yourself? How are you going to know when you're faltering if you're not keenly observant of who and what you are presenting as? How do you know that you're being humble to the next man if you're not actually seeing yourself? So many people are walking around asking themselves, why is it that they can't build community? Why is it that they don't seem to have true friends? Why is it this and that and the other thing? And they say that they are humble. They're not humble. They lack self-awareness. And nobody wants to be around someone who lacks self-awareness. Having self-awareness is not having an arrogant disposition. It's knowing who you are, the boundaries of your being, your possibilities, where it is that you are weak, where you need fortification, reassurance, help, assistance. It's knowing your limitations and then also knowing your strengths. how you can help others, how you can show up where it benefits another person to be in your presence. How are you going to get to that place if Uyazibona? If you have no self-awareness? And who are you going to see if you have not first cultivated the discernment of seeing through your own self? I'm having these conversations again and again in different ways through different interrogation of language, because we need these conversations. We're broken people, justifying our brokenness, our dysfunction, and sanctifying it with stories that have no place in our true purpose in God, in the highest manifestation of our intention in this life, of fulfilling the agreements that we have with our ancestors. We play dangerous games, telling ourselves terrible stories that lead to us living an abandoned life. We abandon self, we abandon love, we abandon the very thing that we are in the name of being part of a greater whole, when we can't be, because we are nothing but broken pieces making up stories to pretend to perform wholeness. But the thing is that life is not as foolish as we can be. Life cannot be fooled in the manners that we imagine we're fooling ourselves. So it's time we've developed a culture of interrogating the narratives that we hold dear, the narratives that we use to qualify minimizing that which we are. Our ancestors don't want us to play small. Being small doesn't make us safe. It's easy to pick on the little guy. Keep telling yourself that being invisible is going to keep you safe. No, it's not. Because what happens then in the darkness that you've kept yourself in, nobody can protect you. If it was happening in the light that you chose to step into, and everyone could see, maybe somebody would stand up for you if you didn't have the strength to do it yourself. Consider that the next time you say, Uyazibona. Think about it. I hope that you've enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. My name is uMakhosi Nomabutho Emsamo, and this is Sangoma Society. You can find us on all social media networks, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as at www.sangomasociety.com. If you've got any questions about the conversation that we've had today, please pop them in the comment section down below. Until next time, Kai.